Hello, viewers, and welcome to Radio Dwarka's series UPSC Stories. And today, as part of this series, we have a very senior and a respected member from the civil services. We have with us Ambassador Dr.BM Vinod Kumar. He is born from a small village in Telangana. He's a doctor by profession and is also a law student. And he qualified his civil services exam in 1985 and joined the Indian Foreign Services. He served in the Indian embassies in countries like Germany, Algeria, Malaysia, Uzbekistan, and Azerbaijan. And he's held various positions like the First Secretary, Counselor, Deputy High Commissioner, and various other positions. And he retired as the Ambassador of India. So I'd like to welcome Dr. BM Vinod Kumar on our show. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, Ruchi. Thank you. I'm very fine. Hope you are doing the same.
Yeah, thanks, sir. And it's a pleasure to have you on our show. We thank you for your time to kind of give it to Radio Dwarka. Sir, while I was reading your profile and as I understand you, I know the kind of depth of knowledge and the experience that you have. But really, before I get into your civil services experience, I would really want to understand from you that because you come from a very small village in Telangana and from a very humble family, with the kind of experience you had at that point in time, how did you really think of becoming a doctor?
Wonderful question. I can start with saying, yes, I come from the remotest place of Telangana village, where when I was just about 3 years old, I want to share you frankly, so poor we were, I didn't have any clothes on me 3 years. So first cloth on my body was one banyan, long banyan. Then my brother wanted, because new school started there, he said that this fellow is roaming around without anything. Why not we admit him in school? Then they thought one whatever sheddy like thing, because we cannot go bare to the school. They got it and then they took me. I was not able to even walk. So my sister and my brother used to carry and then put their school. That was the time. Nobody was there, educated people, and then only few started new school. Yeah, from there I come, and after fifth class, then we needed to go to the town. Of 23 kilometers I used to walk weekly basis. Yes, and the bus charges were 75 paise, and that much was too costly for us because no money. But still, I went there and then joined there, and then sixth class. So at that time, you are asking whatever the question saying, how did you think of becoming a doctor? I never thought of. In village, the school teacher is the big, very big boss. So I used to think, okay, if I study well, I may become teacher. Pantulu, what we call, say Pantulu, Badi Pantulu, so teacher. Then when I shifted to the nearby town and then started studying, I used to score 100% in mathematics, and then other subjects also 80% like that. So then after 2-3 years, I was thinking, okay, these bridges were built by engineers, and then I am very good at mathematics. Then I will become an engineer and then build big bridges and do something. That was the idea. Then when I passed the SSC, that is the secondary school certificate board, with mathematics and other things, I wanted to join in the intermediate, that is +2, in mathematics, and then MPC, that is called, and become engineer. But my brother told me, he was working in a factory, said, no, don't join as whatever it is, don't become engineer. See, from morning till evening, I am a worker, and then engineer is also worker. He is also staying there, and nothing happens. He is not a big thing. Why don't you think of becoming a doctor? You can save lives, all those things. Then I was thinking, because already I asked my whatever principal school teacher, the college, junior college, to give me admission in mathematics. Then after 2 days, I went and requested, sir, I want to join BPC, that is, I want to become doctor. He laughed at me. What? How can you get this? It's very competitive. No choice. Then I requested. Then I say, okay, I will get your profile and then see the marks. He saw 80%. Oh, 80% is good. Okay, I will give you. Then he admitted into the BPC, that is called the biological sciences. And from that day onwards, I was thinking of becoming a doctor. That is what made me finally a doctor. And then, of course, I will share you other things later on.
So you've done your MBBS and your MS somewhere in late 70s, 1970s and early 1980s, right? So at that time, a doctor was definitely a very paying job, and you practiced as a doctor also, I understand. So then, how come you really diverted and got into becoming a civil servant? I guess I am curious now to know that, because your struggle is what I heard about being a doctor. Then now, after achieving your struggle, how did you think of civil services?
Yeah, I will come back why, how, and then I joined the MBBS, and then how I completed even Master of Surgery and practiced also. So when I passed my intermediate, I was not even 16 years. Then the entrance test, it is a must for one to complete 16 years. Then I was so disappointed and then dejected like, and then sitting at home and then crying a like. But one of our known person, he is also similar to me and went to the High Court because he had money I didn't have. Then got the court injunction saying that no, even 16 years, if few months or less, by the time they join, they will be 16, so they should be admitted to write the exam. So I was left only 29 days or 28 days to prepare for the entrance. Then I prepared day and night, and then I wrote the exam. Then I told my colleagues and my parents, yes, I am in the medical college. They laughed at me. Wow, many people are preparing such a long time, but you prepared for a month, less than a month. How can you? Then I said, yes, I'm not going to join in any college. I will just join only in the medical college. Yeah, the result came. It was there. My name was on the top, second. Then I was in the medical college. So I joined. Then after I finishing state, whatever it is, few years, 77, I finished my MBBS. Then even for the MS also, we were not eligible because we didn't complete our housemanship, but our batch went to the court and got again injection. Then immediately I wrote the exam. So once I write the exam, any exam, I am in. So I got into the MS. Then I finished the MS. Then during my MS days, I used to challenge my professors. Challenge means curious, very. For example, when the artery is this side and then when the nerve is this side, then this goes left and this goes only medial, this goes lateral. Then I used to ask, so why not we think of other side? For example, when the patient is sick, the professor used to say, only give this medicine or give this whatever intravenous drips. Then I used to say, sir, why can't we give this and then save the life? I remember I saved one life, even going against the professor advice. So at that time, I used to think, oh, I will become the professor of surgery and then save a lot of lives. But what happened? The Public Service Commission conducted exams, AP at that time, it's Telangana now. So that Public Service Commission, for whatever the wisdom, I do not know, they rejected me. And then one of my senior colleagues who failed almost 6 or 7 times, I think 7 times in MS, he was given the assistant professor of surgery. So I was left alone. Then this Public Service Commission conducts only these whatever recruitments every 4-5 years, not regularly every year. So next, then after 5 years means I will lose my seniority, though I was the youngest to qualify the general surgery. Then I will lose 5 years. So there is no point. I will become the professor of surgery. Then I started practice outside. So practice, I became so successful. I used to have my clinic open till midnight. Even once I remember, 2 o'clock also I saved a child's life, whose parents and grandparents thought of remembering me and then gave my name to the child. So you can see how I served the people, and then I am really very much satisfied because of that whatever service. But because they denied, and then I could not think of becoming a professor of surgery and doing whatever the other things. But my friends who failed to get into MBBS through the entrance, they joined BSc or BS, and then they completed their post-graduation and they prepared for civils, and then they got into IAS and IPS, and they used to visit me with pomp and show, Then Then I thought, what mistake I did? Though I was the brilliant and then scoring everywhere, but my field I could not become what I wanted. Then why not I try civils also? Still I have the energy, age, and then whatever this thing. Then immediately I jumped into law. I wrote the entrance and then jumped into law because I wanted to become like a student and then compete with the other students. With practice, it's very difficult because as a doctor, having a lot of practice, day and night you will be working, then you can't concentrate on studies. Then I realized, okay, I will go into that. So I got the admission into law and then got the whatever library cards because I need to study. So I used to go in the morning and then a lot of hours of spending there and then coming again in the evening to run the clinic, and then that is how I did it. So because of the APPSC, Public Service Commission of Andhra Pradesh, rejected me, and then whatever thought it came to me to achieve the goal, then I seriously prepared. And then civils, of course, 85 exam, I cleared it. And then I got into this service.
So,
you're right.
Oh, that's really nice. Now, so like, was there any specific reason of selecting IFS, or that came out as a choice? Because of your ranks, or how did you select IFS?
You see, the continuation of whatever Public Service Commission rejection. So then immediately when I saw the results, and for a day or two, I was so depressed, and then thinking, I said, no. If at all I join the government service, I will join the number one service of the land. Then I was also selected to this Iran, Saudi. As you know, the doctors they were going to Gulf and then US and then various places. I appeared and then got selected, but I said no. I don't want to go to any country as an employee of that country and then getting salaries. No, I will go as Ambassador of India, representative of India, no less than that. I was telling my whatever colleagues and then friends, they used to laugh at me. Oh, this fellow is fool. He doesn't know what he's saying. How can you become Ambassador of India? Is it that simple? So then I said, no. If at all I go to any foreign country, I will go as Ambassador of India, representative of India, no less than that. That is how I preferred that. And during that time also, because as doctors and many whatever people looking go to foreign countries, visiting these embassies and then visiting for this visas, all various things. So that gave a different thinking for me to become Ambassador of India.
That's nice. So, like I still, because as a civil servant, also you're serving the public, right? You're serving the community, and as a doctor, also the role is actually to serve the people. As you've saved a lot of lives, as you said, while you were a practicing doctor. So, do you think that your profession as a doctor also helped you as the ambassador of India in any of the countries? So, was that a benefit somewhere in your civil services also?
Yes, no, even before joining the service, even at the time of interviews and various places, people were asking, and then even the public service and members, everybody asking, what are you going to do? You're MS, you're a surgeon, and then all those things. I used to tell, of course, when I wrote the entrance exam to join in the medical college, there was a question, why do you want to become a doctor? Why not a lawyer? That was the question to answer. Then at that time, my answer was, after all, man must be alive to seek justice. So that is why I want to become doctor and save the life. Then in this same question, yes, as a general surgeon or as a surgeon, we anastomose. If something, your hand is cut, leg is cut, we anastomose together and then repair it as usual. When two parts of the body, when can anastomose and save one life, one person, whatever it is, if I can work and anastomose two countries, India and other country, so how much benefit we can get it? That is why I want to join and then do service to this. So maybe little bit what you say to exaggerate, but still I did it. That's why I'm coming to you. So when I joined the service itself as second secretary, I was in Bonn. President Venkatramanan visit at that time. My ambassador got gastroenteritis and then dehydrated, and he fell down and almost he was serious. Then President Venkatraman was there in a meeting going on. Immediately I rushed, and then the other doctor, President or doctor, whatever it is, major, he was trying to lift the head of my ambassador and then resuscitate him. I rushed because I was with this president delegation. I saw and then immediately rushed and then said, no, he is my ambassador. I want to save him. Put the head down and then lift the legs up and then turn the face. I did it. So for 5 minutes I was there. Then he opened the eyes and, Vinod, you saved my life. So that is how. Of course, I was designated as a panel of doctors in various embassies. I was doing simultaneous both services. But in few countries, for example, Azerbaijan, when I was there as ambassador, before I went there, even visas were not granted to our officials. But when I went there, I started treating patients and getting medicines even from India and then dispensing, treating. The president came to know, and then wife is a dentist. They all came to know. They were appreciating so much. Oh, we love to have this ambassador company. And then even the unions, they wanted to present me some awards. And I said, no, as government servant, I'm not supposed to take these awards and the titles. So thank you for whatever it is. Then visa's rejection stage has gone to granting oil fields to our Indian companies, ONGC. I got 1 billion worth of oil field to ONGC. Then even ONGC office opening, everybody was resisting, even in the ministries, Azerbaijan. But because of whatever good work, then I could get this. Then we got open office, ONGC, 1 billion worth of oil field they got. Everything went well because of my whatever medical services, plus diplomatic, of course, two together. It helped me in that way. That is what.
No, and I guess that's what really is the role of our civil servants, and the bureaucrats that we have, that they kind of help not only the nation, but also the people. I think that's how I should put it. And they don't differentiate between people from any of the specific countries. So for them, people as people and service is the first priority. So yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, that's really nice to know, sir. I think
one more point I want to.
Yeah.
One more point I want to give it, because wherever I was, of course, throughout my service, I was always treating patients. Even today, I'm treating large number of patients from morning till evening. But during my tenure as ambassador, high commissioner, and then consul general, various places also, I used to tell my staff, whenever any patient comes, if I'm not in a meeting, please let me know. I will just attend to him. That is how always I was attending on patients and then treating them. That is why so much satisfaction it gives me.
Agreed, sir. No, and I guess I think after hearing you, I think we can't remove a civil servant from the doctor or a doctor from the civil servant. I think they go hand in hand, is what I understand. So no, that's right. So now, so I have a couple of questions really on your UPSC or your civil service journey. Was this your first attempt, because you've been an excellent student, as you explained, you've got scholarship while you were studying and various other things. So was civil services also something that you cracked in the first attempt itself, or did you take a couple of attempts at that point in time?
Yeah, I took a couple of attempts, to be frank with you, because cracking the civil services, doing simultaneously so much the medical practice and then a little bit other social services was very difficult. This is of course, third time I got into the foreign service, which I wanted to join. So first time just I was trying to establish my clinic and working hard. Then I attempted, and I could not, of course, in interview also not maximum, in written also not maximum, because as a general surgeon, I used to just operate many cases and then we know the cut and then suture and go. And the rest of the things are taken care of by the nursing staff and then various other assistants, all those things. But civil service is totally different. It's a written exam. So writing, we don't do much. As you know, generally doctors, they don't write so much, you only scribble something. And especially any surgeon, their job is to operate and then suture. Then the writing is different. So first, I could not write, though I know much, but writing it was difficult. Then second time also same thing happened, little bit improvement. But in interview, I got a little less. But third time, I took it very serious. No, I cannot do simultaneously so many things. So prelims, I never spent much time. But for the mains, because mains is the main, prelims is qualifying. So for mains, I handed over my clinic to my assistant, one of the doctors working with me. Then almost 2.5 months, I was in underground, to be frank. Because as I said, I was the last student. Then I had this library cards, and I went to the university library, and then from morning till evening, then only studies. So after the
my one question, sorry to kind of interrupt you there, but so what really kept you going? Because did you not think of giving it up? Because normally I've seen students even in today's time, they just give up after 1 or 2 attempts. So what kept you going?
You are right, of course, I agree with you. So why even going to the third attempt and then leaving the clinic and then going into hibernation or all these troubles? Because I was having a roaring practice. For example, when I joined in the foreign service and then in Missouri training, I went there and I was taking the monthly salary 1,200. Before that, I was getting in my practice nearly 4,500 rupees at that time. Means how many times? Almost really 3-4 times. But still, as you are asking about why I pursued it, because as I told all my colleagues and friends, when I was rejected by the Public Service Commission, I will do number one service of the land of India or no government service, but I will go to any foreign country as ambassador or representative of India. When they all laughed at me, then I said, okay, I will prove it. So I took it as a challenge. What I mean to say, that is what that kept me going. So there is no going back, or even though, I do realize, I realized because I have not devoted the enough time and energy. And simultaneously doing various other things. I used to be also a student leader or some NGOs running, so many activities. So I stopped and concentrated fully on this do or die situation. Then yes, after writing the exam, immediately I said, yes, I am through. Then I went to Delhi for whatever, stay for some time, and then prepared interview. After interview, also I told them, yes, I am through. I will join in later.
That's nice. So now, there's been a lot of change in the UPSC structure and the aspirants also, if I say, versus your time and today's time. So is there something that you would like to kind of give advice to the current generation of UPSC aspirants, the civil servant aspirants, that what are some of the key things that they should keep in mind while they are preparing for their UPSC journey? While they're studying, some piece of advice for the younger generation?
So my best advice for the civil services aspirants, be confident and then be systematic and prepare at your own pace. For example, day and night one should not struggle, but for simple whatever it is, once you are confident in your own and then you know what to do, then the preparation is not overnight one, but it should be at least 1-2 years. Then only you will be able to succeed. Above all, don't get disappointed if you miss once, but you should analyze and then check what mistakes you have done and then improve on it. You will be successful in your life. That's all I wanted to say.
Thanks, sir. And I guess it's really a great advice, and we really appreciate the time. And I'm sure our viewers would have learned a lot from your own journey, because, I am really very awed by the kind of conversation that I've had with you in terms of learning the challenges that you faced in your childhood, while, the great work that you've done while you were either practicing as a doctor yourself, or maybe while your journey as an IFS in various countries. I think it really makes you so proud, I am feeling proud about being associated with you. So I'm sure you as a person must have kept, felt so proud about it. So thanks a lot, sir. I guess that's a great conversation. And to all our viewers, I'm sure you would have learned that, it's about the strength and the achievement. And I guess in sir's case, it was the challenge that helped him achieve his dreams that he wanted to. So I think challenges at times push you to achieve what you never thought you would do it. And definitely, as I said, being persistent and delivering on your things. And if I use the medical term, as I said, if you are able to bind two countries, I guess that's beyond anything that of an achievement. That's a piece of achievement that you can never think of. So it's really great, sir. Thanks for spending time with Radio Dwarka. And to
Thank
all
you
our
very much.
viewers, stay connected with us, and we will keep bringing to you such more stories of UPSC success, and for people who have struggled and achieved in their lives and delivered to the general public of India and various other countries. So, thanks once again to Ambassador Dr.BM Vinod Kumar on being on the show. Thank you,
Thank
Emma,
you very
sir.
much.